I woke up to sunlight streaming through the window and Madison's leg thrown over mine. My first thought is that we forgot to close the curtains. My second thought is that Madison's hand is resting on my bare stomach where my shirt has ridden up during the night. My third thought is that last night actually happened. We kissed. Really kissed. And it wasn't for show. Madison stirs against me, her breath warm on my neck. I freeze, not wanting to wake her, not ready to face whatever awkwardness the morning will bring. But her eyes flutter open anyway, hazel and sleepy, and so close I can see the flecks of gold. For 3 perfect seconds, she just looks at me. Soft. Vulnerable. Then reality crashes in. She practically launches herself to the other side of the bed, putting as much distance between us as the twin mattress allows. "Morning," she says, her voice too bright, too casual. "Morning." We stare at each other across the expanse of rumpled sheets. The air feels thick with everything we're not saying. Brooklyn's threatening texts. The kiss at the basketball game. What almost happened before those texts arrived? What did happen after? Madison clears her throat. "I should get ready. I have practice in an hour." "Right. Practice." She grabs clothes from her side of the closet and disappears into the bathroom without looking at me. The door closes with a soft click that sounds like a full stop. I lie there for a moment, staring at the ceiling, trying to sort through the tangle of feelings in my chest. Last night, Madison said this was real, that she had feelings for me, but now, in the harsh light of morning, she's acting like it never happened. Maybe she regrets it. Maybe she woke up and realized that catching feelings for her fake girlfriend was a mistake. The thought makes my chest ache. When Madison emerges from the bathroom, she's already in her cheerleading practice gear, hair pulled back, makeup perfect. She looks like the Madison Sterling everyone sees, not the girl who fell asleep in my arms last night. "I'll text you later," she says, grabbing her bag. "We should probably talk about the Brooklyn situation. Figure out our next move. Our next move. Like this is still just strategy. Still just the fake relationship we agreed to." "Sure. Yeah. That makes sense." She pauses at the door, her hand on the handle. For a second, I think she's going to say something real. Something honest. Instead, she just says, "Lock the door behind me," and leaves. I spend the rest of the morning trying to focus on homework and failing spectacularly. Every time I close my eyes, I see Madison's face inches from mine. Feel her hands in my hair. Taste her kiss. My phone buzzes around 11. I grab it too quickly, hoping it's Madison. It's not. "Sloan, hey! Wanna grab coffee? Just the two of us." I stare at the message. Sloan wants to hang out. Alone. That's unexpected. We've been friendly over the past week, but only in the context of Madison. I didn't think we were grab coffee alone friends. Me, sure. When? Sloan, now? I'm actually outside your building. That's definitely unexpected. I throw on jeans and a clean hoodie, run my fingers through my hair, and head downstairs. Sloan's waiting by the entrance, looking nothing like the polished cheerleader I'm used to seeing. She's in leggings and an oversized sweatshirt, her dark hair in a messy bun, no makeup. She looks younger this way, more approachable. "Hey," she says with a smile. "Hope I'm not interrupting anything important. Just homework that I was avoiding anyway." "Perfect. I know this great coffee place off campus. Way better than the cafeteria sludge." We walk together, making small talk about classes and the unseasonably warm weather. It's comfortable, easy in a way I didn't expect. Sloan keeps the conversation light, asking about my coding projects, laughing at my stories about professors. The coffee shop is a small indie place with mismatched furniture and local art on the walls. Exactly the kind of place I'd come to on my own. How did Sloan know? We order black coffee with 2 sugars for me, some complicated caramel thing for her, and settle into a corner booth. "So," Sloan says, wrapping her hands around her cup, "how are you doing?" "Really?" The question catches me off guard. "I'm fine." "Riley, you got death threats from Brook last night. That's not fine." "Right. The texts." In the chaos of everything that happened after, I'd almost forgotten. "Madison's handling it." "Is she?" Sloan's dark eyes are serious. Because from where I'm sitting, Maddie's been handling Brook for 3 months, and it's only gotten worse. "We have a plan." "The fake dating plan." "Yeah. Sloan takes a sip of her drink. How's that working out for you? There's something in her tone I can't quite read. Not mocking exactly, but probing. Like she's testing me. It's complicated. Relationships usually are. She leans forward slightly. Even fake ones. My heart rate picks up. Does she know? Can she tell that what Madison and I have isn't entirely fake anymore? Look, I'll be honest with you, Sloan continues. When Maddie first told me about this arrangement, I thought it was the dumbest idea I'd ever heard. You and her, it didn't make sense. Thanks. But now, she smiles, and there's something warm in it. Now I get it. You're good for her, Riley. She's been different this past week. Happier. More herself. That's probably just relief at having distance from Brooklyn. Maybe. Or maybe it's you. Sloane's gaze holds mine. You're not like the other girls Maddie usually goes for. You're genuine. Smart. You don't play games. He creeps up my neck. I don't know about that. I do. I've been watching you. She says it casually, like it's not a weird thing to admit. The way you look at Maddie when you think no one's paying attention. The way you actually listen when she talks. You care about her. Not about what she can do for you or how she makes you look. Just her. I don't know what to say to that. The honesty of it feels too raw. I care about her too, Sloan says quietly. She's my best friend. I want her to be happy. She will be. Once Brooklyn finally backs off. And then what? The fake relationship ends, and you two go back to being strangers. Sloan tilts her head. Would that make you happy? The question hits harder than it should. Would I be happy going back to my invisible life? Back to a dorm room that's just mine. Mornings without Madison's terrible singing. Nights without her warmth beside me. I don't know, I admit. Well, I know what would make me happy. Sloan reaches across the table and touches my hand. It's brief, casual, but intentional. Getting to know you better. Outside of all the Maddie and Brook drama. Just as friends. We are friends. Good. Her smile widens. Then you won't mind hanging out more. Just the two of us. Something about this feels off, but I can't put my finger on what. Sloan is being nice. Friendly. So why does it feel like there's a subtext I'm not catching? We spend the next hour talking. Sloan asks about my family, my childhood, what made me fall in love with coding. She's a good listener, attentive in a way that makes me feel seen. By the time we finish our coffee, I'm genuinely enjoying myself. When we leave the shop, Sloan links her arm through mine like it's the most natural thing in the world. This was fun. We should do it again soon. Sure. Yeah, that would be nice. We're walking back toward campus when I spot Madison across the quad. She's with some of the other cheerleaders, still in her practice gear. She sees us at the same moment I see her. Her expression shifts. Something dark flashes across her face. Confusion, maybe, or something sharper. She says something to her friends and starts walking toward us. Sloan doesn't let go of my arm. Hey, Madison says when she reaches us. Her eyes flick to where Sloan's arm is linked with mine. What are you guys doing? Just grab coffee, Sloan says easily. Wanted to check on Riley after last night. I was going to do that. Were you? Sloan's tone is light but pointed. Because you left pretty early this morning. Madison's jaw tightens. I had practice. Right. Practice. The tension between them is palpable. I gently extract my arm from Sloan's. How was practice? I ask Madison, trying to diffuse whatever this is. Fine. She doesn't take her eyes off Sloan. Can I talk to you? Alone. Actually, Riley and I were going to, Sloan starts. Alone, Madison repeats. Sloan holds up her hands. Sure. Yeah. I'll catch you later, Riley. She squeezes my shoulder before walking away. Madison watches her go, her expression unreadable. What was that about? I ask. I should be asking you that. Since when are you and Sloan getting coffee alone? Since she texted me this morning. She wanted to make sure I was okay after the Brooklyn texts. That's my job. Madison crosses her arms. I'm your girlfriend. I should be the one checking on you. Fake girlfriend, I say quietly. The words hang between us like a challenge. Madison flinches. Right. Fake. But we both know it's not entirely fake anymore. Not after last night. Look, I'm sorry about this morning, Madison says, her voice softer. I just needed some space to think. About Brooklyn, about the threats, about what we're going to do next. About us, I think. But she doesn't say it. It's fine. I get it. Do you? She steps closer, and I can smell her perfume, can see the slight sheen of sweat on her skin from practice. Because I feel like we're both pretending this morning didn't happen. That last night didn't happen. You're the one who ran away to the bathroom. I didn't run. She sighs. This is complicated, Riley. You keep saying that. Because it's true. She looks around the quad, at all the students passing by. Can we talk about this somewhere private? The dorm. Yeah, the dorm. We walk back in silence. The easy intimacy from last night feels miles away. Madison keeps a careful distance, doesn't reach for my hand, even though that's what we're supposed to do in public. When we get to the room, she closes the door and leans against it. I meant what I said last night. About having real feelings for you. My heart stutters. Okay, but I'm scared. The admission seems to cost her. I'm scared that I'm doing exactly what I did with Brook. Rushing in, feeling too much too fast, mistaking intensity for something real. This isn't like what you had with Brooklyn. How do you know? Because you're not trying to control me. You're not going through my phone or getting jealous when I talk to other people. Except she was just jealous about Sloan, but I don't mention that. You're not possessive or manipulative. You're just scared. Madison's eyes glisten. What if I mess this up? What if I hurt you? What if you don't? She crosses to me then, taking my face in her hands like she did last night. I don't want to be fake anymore. But I don't know how to be real without being terrified. We figure it out together. That's how. She kisses me. Soft and slow, nothing like the desperate kisses from last night. This is a promise. A beginning. When she pulls back, she's smiling. So we're really doing this. For real this time. For real. Good. Because I have an idea. Madison's idea turns out to be a double date. It'll be perfect, she says that afternoon, lounging on the bed while I work on homework. We go out with another couple, practice being a real couple in a low-pressure environment. It'll help us figure out what this looks like. Who would we double date with? Sloan and whoever she's dating right now. I look up from my laptop. Sloan's dating someone. She's always dating someone. That girl goes through girlfriends like I go through coffee. Madison scrolls through her phone. I'll text her right now. Are you sure that's a good idea? You seemed pretty annoyed with her earlier. That's because she was being weird. But she's still my best friend. And this will be fun. She texts Sloan before I can object further. The response comes immediately. She's in, Madison announces. Tomorrow night. There's this new Italian place downtown. That was fast. Sloan never turns down free food. Madison grins. This is going to be great. We can finally relax and just be ourselves. Except it doesn't quite work out that way. The next evening, Madison and I arrive at the restaurant first. It's intimate, dimly lit with candles on every table. Definitely romantic. Madison looks stunning in a black dress that makes my mouth go dry. I'm in slacks and a button-down that Madison picked out, claiming my usual hoodies wouldn't cut it. You clean up nice, she says, taking my hand across the table. You look incredible. I know. She winks, and the confidence is so Madison that I can't help but laugh. Sloan arrives 10 minutes later with a blonde girl I vaguely recognize from campus. The girl looks uncomfortable, like she'd rather be anywhere else. Hey! Sloan slides into the booth across from us. This is Jenna. Jenna, Madison, and Riley. Jenna gives a weak wave. Throughout dinner, it becomes increasingly clear that Sloan and Jenna have zero chemistry. Jenna keeps checking her phone. Sloan barely looks at her. Instead, Sloan's attention is fixed on Madison and me. She watches the way Madison's hand rests on my thigh under the table. The way Madison leans close to whisper in my ear. The way we share bites of each other's food without thinking about it. You two are really cute together, Sloan says, her voice strange. Thanks, Madison says, taking a sip of her wine. The restaurant didn't card, and Madison ordered a bottle for the table. Jenna declined, and I'm not much of a drinker, so Madison's been working through most of it herself. No, really. Like, disgustingly cute. Sloan's smile doesn't quite reach her eyes. How did this happen again? You just randomly decided to date. It wasn't random, I say. Right. The whole fake dating thing to make Brook jealous. Sloan leans back. Except it's not fake anymore, right? Madison's hand tightens on my thigh. It's complicated. Relationships usually are. That's the second time Sloan said that to me in 2 days. Jenna excuses herself to the bathroom and doesn't come back for 15 minutes. When she does, she announces she's not feeling well and needs to leave. I'm so sorry, she says, but she doesn't sound sorry. She sounds relieved. Sloan walks her out, leaving Madison and me alone at the table. That was weird, right? Madison asks. She's on her third glass of wine now, her cheeks flushed. Sloan's been acting weird. Maybe she's just having an off day. Or maybe she's jealous. Of what? Of us. Madison waves her hand in the space between us. Of how good we are together. When Sloan comes back, she doesn't mention Jenna leaving. She just slides back into the booth and orders another drink. So, just the three of us now, she says. The rest of dinner is awkward. Madison gets progressively more tipsy, her filter disappearing with each glass. She becomes handsy, draping herself over me, playing with my hair, pressing kisses to my neck that make my face burn. Maddie, maybe you should slow down, Sloan suggests. I'm fine. I'm celebrating. Celebrating what? Having a real girlfriend. Madison beams at me. The realest girlfriend. Who's so smart and pretty and doesn't even know how amazing she is. I help her out of the booth when dinner finally ends. Sloan insists on walking back with us, even though her dorm is in the opposite direction. Madison stumbles between us, giggling at nothing. I really like you, she tells me, loud enough for half the street to hear. Like, really, really like you. Is that okay? Am I allowed to really, really like you? Yes, Maddie. That's okay. Good. Because I do. I really, really do. Sloan stays quiet the whole walk back. When we reach our building, Madison trips on the stairs. I catch her, and she turns it into a hug, burying her face in my neck. You smell good. Like books and coffee. I love books and coffee. Let's get you to bed. Only if you come with me. She pulls back to look at me, her eyes unfocused but earnest. Promise you'll stay. I promise. Sloan clears her throat. I should go. Thanks for walking back with us, I say. She looks at Madison in my arms, something unreadable in her expression. Take care of her. I will. After she leaves, I manage to get Madison up the stairs and into our room. She collapses on the bed, still in her dress. Riley! Yeah. I don't hate this anymore. This arrangement. I thought it would be horrible, living with someone, sharing my space. But I like it. I like waking up next to you. I like falling asleep with you. I like all of it. My chest tightens. I like it too. Promise me something. What? Promise me that when this is over, when Brook finally leaves me alone, we won't go back to being strangers. Promise me we'll still be us. I sit on the edge of the bed, brushing hair from her face. I promise. She falls asleep like that, holding my hand. I'm getting ready for bed when my phone buzzes. Sloan, you deserve better than fake. I stare at the message for a long time before turning off my phone without responding. Over the next week, Sloan is everywhere. She shows up at my morning class with coffee, claiming she was just in the area. She texts asking about my day, my assignments, what I'm having for lunch. She suggests study sessions in the library, just the two of us. At first, I think she's just being friendly. Madison's best friend, making an effort to get to know her girlfriend. But there's something more to it. The way she touches my arm when she talks. The way she laughs at everything I say. The way she finds excuses to be alone with me. I mention it to Madison one night. Sloan's been around a lot. Madison looks up from her homework. What do you mean? I mean she's been showing up at my classes, asking to hang out. It's like she's everywhere. She's probably just being nice. It feels like more than nice. Madison's expression shifts. What are you saying? I'm not saying anything. It just feels weird. Sloan is my best friend. She's looking out for you because you're important to me. Madison's voice has an edge to it. Unless you don't want her around. That's not what I said. Then what's the problem? I don't have a good answer for that. The next day, Sloan asks if I want to grab lunch. When I tell her I'm meeting Madison, she suggests we all eat together. But when we get to the cafeteria, Madison has to leave early for an emergency cheer meeting. Sloan stays. Finally, just us, she says with a smile. You see me all the time. Not enough. She leans forward. Tell me about your family. You never talk about them. So I tell her about my parents, both engineers, their impossible expectations. How I've been trying to live up to their standards my whole life. How coming to Westwood was supposed to be a fresh start, a chance to be more than just their daughter. Sloan listens with complete attention, asking questions, sharing her own stories about family pressure and living up to expectations. By the time lunch ends, I feel closer to her, like maybe we really are becoming friends. When we leave the cafeteria, Madison is waiting outside. Hey, she says. Meeting ended early. Perfect timing, Sloan says. Riley and I were just talking about grabbing ice cream. Wanna come? Madison's jaw tightens. Actually, I need to talk to Riley. Alone. Sloan's smile doesn't waver. Sure. I'll catch you later, Riley. She leaves, but not before squeezing my hand. Madison watches her go, her expression dark. What was that about? I ask. I should be asking you that. Madison starts walking toward our dorm, her pace quick. You two have been spending a lot of time together. She's your best friend. You said it was fine. I said she was being nice. I didn't say you could have secret lunches and coffee dates. They're not secret. You knew I was meeting her for lunch. And then I left and she conveniently stayed. Madison's voice rises. Don't you think that's weird? What's weird is you getting jealous over your own best friend. We reach our building. Madison doesn't speak again until we're in our room with the door closed. I'm not jealous, she says. You're acting jealous. Because Sloan is acting weird. The way she looks at you, the way she touches you. She's my best friend. She should be supportive, not. Madison stops, running her hands through her hair. Not whatever this is. Maybe you should talk to her about it instead of taking it out on me. Maybe you should stop encouraging her. The words hit like a slap. Encouraging her? I'm not doing anything except being friendly. You're being more than friendly, Riley. You're being naive. About what? About the fact that my best friend might have feelings for my girlfriend. The accusation hangs in the air between us. That's ridiculous. Is it? Because I've known Sloan for 3 years, and I've never seen her act like this around anyone. The constant texting, the random meetups, the way she looks at you when she thinks I'm not paying attention. Madison sits on the bed, her shoulders slumping. I'm not making this up. I think about Sloan's text after the double date. You deserve better than fake. At the time, I thought she meant I deserved a real relationship instead of our arrangement. But what if she meant something else? Even if that's true, it doesn't change anything. I'm with you. Are you? Madison looks up at me. Because sometimes it feels like you're just as confused as I am about what this is. I'm not confused. I told you I have feelings for you. You also said we were fake when I called you my girlfriend last week. The reminder stings because she's right. I did say that. In front of Madison and Sloan, I reduced what we have to nothing. I'm sorry. I was wrong to say that. Were you? Madison's voice is quiet. Or were you being honest? Maddie, I need some air. She grabs her keys and leaves before I can stop her. I stand alone in our room, feeling like everything is falling apart. My phone buzzes. Sloan saw Maddie storm out. Want to talk about it? I should say no. I should give Madison space and deal with this ourselves. Instead, I type, yeah. Can you meet me at the library? Sloan is already there when I arrive, tucked into our usual corner table. She's got 2 coffees waiting. Rough day. You could say that. I take the coffee gratefully. Madison thinks you have feelings for me. I watch Sloan's face for a reaction. She doesn't deny it. She doesn't look surprised. She just takes a sip of her drink and nods slowly. She's perceptive. My stomach drops. So it's true. I don't know. Sloan sets down her cup. Maybe. Is that so crazy? Yes. You're her best friend. And I'm her girlfriend. Fake girlfriend, Sloan corrects. That's how this started, remember? You're not really together. This whole thing was supposed to be temporary. It's not fake anymore. Isn't it though? Sloan leans forward. Be honest, Riley. If Madison hadn't asked you to do this, would you even know who she was? Would she know who you are? That doesn't matter. We know each other now. Because of a lie. Your entire relationship is built on pretending to be something you're not. How is that real? I don't have a good answer. I'm not trying to hurt you, Sloan says gently. I'm trying to help you see what you're actually dealing with. Madison is my best friend, and I love her. But I also know her patterns. She falls hard and fast, gets swept up in the intensity, and then it burns out. That's what happened with Brook. That's what's happening with you. You don't know that. I know Madison. And I'm starting to know you too, Riley. You're not the kind of person who thrives on intensity and drama. You need stability, honesty, someone who sees you for who you really are, not just as a solution to their problems. Madison sees me. Does she? Or does she see a way out from Brook? A safe option who won't hurt her like her ex did? The words burrow under my skin, finding all my insecurities. Why are you telling me this? Sloan reaches across the table and takes my hand. Because you deserve better. You deserve someone who chose you first, not someone who's with you out of convenience or fear. And you think you're that someone? I think I could be. Her thumb strokes across my knuckles. I didn't mean for this to happen. But spending time with you this past week, getting to know the real you? Riley, you're incredible. You're smart and funny and genuine in a way that's so rare. When I'm with you, I don't have to perform or be someone I'm not. I can just be me. I pull my hand back. Sloan, I'm with Madison. Are you happy? The question stops me cold. Am I happy? I have feelings for Madison, real ones. But I'm also constantly anxious about whether she feels the same way, whether this is real or just an extension of our fake arrangement. I'm worried about Brooklyn's threats, about what happens when the month is up, about whether Madison will still want me when she doesn't need me anymore. That's not a fair question. It's the only question that matters. Sloan stands up, moving around the table to sit beside me. I'm not asking you to make a decision right now. I'm just asking you to think about what you really want. Not what Madison needs. Not what this arrangement requires. What you want. She's close now. Close enough that I can smell her perfume. Different from Madison's. Warmer, spicier. I should go, I say, standing up. This isn't right. Riley, wait. But I'm already leaving, my heart pounding, my thoughts a tangled mess. When I get back to the dorm, Madison isn't there. I text her, but she doesn't respond. At midnight, she finally comes back. She doesn't say where she's been. We get ready for bed in silence, the easy intimacy we've built over the past 2 weeks completely gone. When we lie down, Madison stays on her side of the bed. No cuddling. No goodnight kiss. I stare at the ceiling, feeling the distance between us like a physical thing. My phone buzzes on the nightstand. Against my better judgment, I check it. Sloan, you deserve better than fake. Think about it. I delete the message and turn off my phone. But the words stay with me. The heat wave hits on Thursday. Campus is sweltering, the air thick and oppressive. By afternoon, everyone's miserable. And by evening, when I get back to the dorm, it's like walking into a sauna. The AC broke, Madison says from the bed, where she's lying in just a sports bra and shorts, a small fan pointed directly at her. Maintenance says they can't fix it until tomorrow. You're kidding. Do I look like I'm kidding? She doesn't. Her skin is flushed from the heat, her hair pulled up off her neck. I change into the lightest clothes I have, shorts and a tank top, but it barely helps. The room is stifling. This is hell, I say, collapsing on the bed beside her. Literal hell. Madison shifts closer to the fan. We could go to the library. It has AC. The library closed an hour ago. Right. Okay. Plan B, we suffer. We lie there for a while, not talking. The tension from the past few days is still thick between us, but the heat makes it hard to care about anything except not melting. I'm sorry, Madison says eventually, for what I said about Sloan, for accusing you of encouraging her. I'm sorry, too, for not seeing it sooner. Is it true? Does she have feelings for you? I could lie, but we've had enough lies. She said she might. Madison is quiet for a long moment. What did you say? That I'm with you. And what did she say to that? I remember Sloan's words, her questions about whether I'm happy. I should tell Madison everything. But something holds me back. She said she understood. It's not technically a lie, just not the whole truth. Madison rolls onto her side to face me. We're close in the small bed, the fan barely making a dent in the heat between us. Riley. Yeah. Are you happy? With me, I mean. The same question Sloan asked. But coming from Madison, it means something different. Yes. Even though this whole thing started as fake, even though we're still figuring out what real looks like, especially because of that, we get to decide what this is, what we want it to be. No expectations, no rules. Madison's hand finds mine in the space between us. I like that. Making our own rules. What rules would you make? She pretends to think about it. Rule 1, honesty. Always. Even when it's hard. I can do that. Rule 2, no more pretending. Whatever this is, it's real now. Agreed. Rule 3. She moves closer, her face inches from mine. We stop overthinking and just feel. That's not really a rule. It is now. She kisses me, and it's different from all the other kisses. This one is slow, exploratory, like we have all the time in the world. Her hand slides into my hair, gentle but sure. I pull her closer, forgetting about the heat, about Sloan, about everything except the feeling of Madison's mouth on mine. We shift on the bed, Madison ending up half on top of me. Her weight is perfect, grounding. When she pulls back to catch her breath, her eyes are dark with something that makes my stomach flip. Is this okay? She asks. More than okay. She kisses me again, deeper this time. Her hand slides under my tank top, fingers tracing patterns on my stomach. I gasp against her mouth, and she smiles. You're so responsive, she murmurs. I love that about you. My hands find the hem of her sports bra, and she doesn't stop me when I start to pull it up. She helps me remove it, then does the same with my tank top. We're skin to skin now, the heat of the room nothing compared to the heat between us. Madison's mouth moves from my lips to my jaw, down my neck lower. I arch into her touch, my fingers threading through her hair. Maddie, tell me if you want me to stop. Don't stop. What happens next is a blur of sensation. Hands and mouths and whispered words. Madison touching me in ways that make me forget my own name. Me learning what makes her gasp, what makes her grip my shoulders, what makes her say my name like a prayer. It's better than anything I've ever felt. More intimate, more real than any of the pretending we've been doing. After, we lie tangled together, both breathless and sweaty from more than just the heat. That was... Madison trails off. Yeah. Are we okay? I turn to look at her. Her hair is a mess, her lips swollen from kissing, and she's looking at me with such vulnerability that my chest aches. We're more than okay. She smiles and kisses me softly before settling against my shoulder. We fall asleep like that, wrapped around each other. Morning brings sunlight and the sound of maintenance, fixing the AC in the hallway. I wake up first, Madison still asleep against me. She looks peaceful, younger without the weight of consciousness. Last night was perfect. Everything I didn't know I wanted. But in the clear light of morning, doubt creeps in. Was it real? Or was it just another part of the performance? Another level of fake that we're pretending is genuine? Madison's eyes flutter open. For a second, she just looks at me, soft and sleepy. Then she pulls away, sitting up and pulling the sheet around herself. Morning, she says, not quite meeting my eyes. Morning. Awkward silence fills the space between us. About last night, Madison starts. Here it comes. The regret. That was a mistake speech. We should probably talk about it. Okay. It was... She hesitates. It was good practice. The words hit like ice water. Practice. Yeah. I mean, if we're going to keep convincing everyone we're really together, we should know how to be comfortable with each other. Physically. She's still not looking at me. So, good practice. Practice. Everything we did last night, every touch, every kiss, every whispered word, she's calling it practice. Like it didn't mean anything. Like I don't mean anything. Right, I manage. Practice. I'm going to shower. Madison grabs clothes and practically runs to the bathroom. I sit in bed, the sheet pulled around me, feeling more exposed than when I was actually naked. The door closes, and I hear the water start. Practice. Is that all I am to her? A convenient way to learn how to be in a relationship. A safe option to practice on before she finds someone real? My phone buzzes. I grab it mechanically. A notification from Instagram. Madison posted a photo from last night. Well, from before last night. It's a selfie of us on the bed, both flushed from the heat, smiling at the camera. The caption reads, "Surviving the heat wave with my favorite person, Fire Red Heart." The comments are already flooding in. "You two are so cute. Relationship goals. Love you guys together." But all I can think is that it's another performance. Another carefully curated moment for public consumption. Was last night the same thing? Just another post she hasn't made yet? When Madison comes out of the bathroom, she's already dressed, her hair wet but styled. "I have to get to class," she says, grabbing her bag. "We should talk later. About the Brooklyn situation. I've been thinking we need a new strategy." "Sure. Yeah." She pauses at the door. "Riley, we're good, right?" "Are we?" "I don't know anymore." "We're fine." She doesn't look convinced, but she leaves anyway. I sit in the empty room, feeling more alone than I did before all of this started. My phone buzzes again. "Sloan, coffee? I have something I want to talk to you about." I should say no. After last night with Madison, after everything Sloan said, I should put distance between us. But Madison just called last night practice, and I feel raw and confused and like I need to talk to someone who isn't going to make me feel like I'm crazy for having feelings. "Me? Where?" Sloan is waiting at the same coffee shop from before. She's got my order ready, which shouldn't feel as significant as it does. "Thanks for meeting me," she says as I sit down. "What did you want to talk about?" She takes a breath. "I've been thinking about what I said the other day. About having feelings for you." "Sloan, let me finish. Please." She wraps her hands around her cup. "I know the timing is terrible. I know you're with Maddie. But I can't just turn these feelings off. And I don't think I should have to hide them." "What are you saying?" "I'm saying I like you, Riley. Really like you. And I think you might feel something for me too." "I don't. I'm with Madison." "Are you? Really?" Sloan leans forward. "Because from where I'm sitting, she's still treating you like you're temporary. Like this whole thing is still fake." The words hit too close to home after this morning. "You don't know what you're talking about." "Don't I?" "Riley, I've been Maddie's best friend for 3 years. I know how she operates. She gets caught up in the idea of something, the excitement of it, but when things get real, she backs away. She calls it something else, makes it less than it is. Practice. Madison called it practice. That's not fair to her." "Maybe not. But is it fair to you? To give yourself to someone who can't admit what you mean to her?" "I don't have an answer to that." Sloan reaches into her bag and pulls out a small bouquet of flowers. "Nothing fancy, just simple daisies, but they're pretty. I saw these and thought of you." "Sloan, you can't." "I can. You can't control how I feel, Riley. And I'm not going to hide it anymore." She stands up. "I'm not asking you to leave Maddie. I'm just asking you to consider that there might be other options. Better options." She leaves the flowers on the table and walks away. I sit there, staring at the daisies, feeling like I'm being pulled in too many directions at once. When I get back to campus, I go to my locker to drop off some books. That's when I see the note. It's tucked into the vent of my locker, folded carefully. When I open it, I recognize Sloan's handwriting. "You make me want to be braver. Thank you for seeing me. S." There's a second note. And a third. All from different days this week, apparently. All saying variations of the same thing. How did I not notice? I'm shoving them into my bag when someone clears their throat behind me. I turn. Madison is standing there, her face pale. "What are those?" "Madison." "What are those?" she repeats louder. "Notes. From Sloan. Love notes." "I don't know. I just found them." Madison's expression crumbles. "How long has this been going on?" "Nothing is going on. I didn't even know about the notes until just now." "But you've been seeing her, meeting her for coffee, having private conversations. As friends. You're the one who said it was fine, that she was just being nice. I thought she was being supportive, not trying to steal my girlfriend." "I'm not a possession, Madison. You can't steal me." "No, apparently Sloan can just have you." Madison's voice cracks. God, I'm so stupid. I should have seen this coming. Nothing happened. Something is happening. Maybe not physically, but emotionally. Riley, you're closer to her than you are to me right now. The accusation stings because there's truth in it. I have been confiding in Sloan, spending time with her, letting her in. That's not fair. Isn't it? You talk to her about things you don't talk to me about. You meet her when I'm not around. You accept her flowers and her notes and her obvious feelings for you. I didn't ask for any of that. But you didn't stop it either. We're standing in the hallway, both of us breathing hard, drawing stares from passing students. I think we need space, Madison says quietly. What? I need to think. About us. About what we're doing. She won't look at me. Maybe Sloan is right. Maybe this whole thing has been fake from the start, and we've just been lying to ourselves. You don't mean that. Don't I? She finally meets my eyes, and there are tears in them. Last night, I told you it was practice because I was scared. Scared of how real it felt. Scared of how much I wanted it to mean something. But maybe I was right the first time. Maybe we're just practicing for the real thing with other people. Madison, please. I'm staying at Sloan's tonight. I need space to think. The irony of her staying with the person causing all this tension isn't lost on me. Fine. Go. She leaves without another word. I stand in the empty hallway, notes from Sloan still clutched in my hand, feeling like everything is falling apart. My phone buzzes. It's a text from a number I don't recognize, but I know who it is. Unknown. Saw your little fight with Maddie. Trouble in paradise. Good. She's better off without you. Always has been. Brooklyn. Of course she's been watching. Of course she knows. I delete the text and lean against my locker, trying to breathe through the tightness in my chest. How did everything get so complicated so fast? 20 minutes later, I'm walking across campus, trying to clear my head, when I see them. Sloan and Madison, sitting on a bench near the quad. They're close, talking intently. As I watch, Sloan pulls Madison into a hug. A long hug. Madison's crying, her shoulders shaking. Sloan is rubbing her back, whispering something I can't hear. I should leave, give them privacy. But I'm frozen, watching my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, being comforted by the girl who has feelings for me. Then I see someone else watching too. Brooklyn is leaning against a tree about 20 feet away, her phone out. She's filming them. When she sees me, she smiles. Cold and victorious. She mouths 2 words. Thank you. Then she walks away, and I know exactly what she's planning to do with that footage. I pull out my phone and call Madison. She doesn't answer. I text. Brooklyn was filming you and Sloan. She's going to use it. No response. I run toward the bench, but by the time I get there, they're gone. I stand alone on the quad, my phone clutched in my hand, watching as my entire world implodes. All around me, students are checking their phones. Whispers start spreading. I open Instagram. Brooklyn has posted the video. Madison and Sloan hugging, Madison crying. The caption reads, "Guess the perfect couple isn't so perfect after all. Welcome back to reality, at Maddie Sterling. My DMs are open when you're done with this phase. Broken heart. The comments are already vicious. I knew that relationship was fake. Madison and Sloan look good together though. Poor Riley. She never had a chance. Brooklyn and Madison forever." My phone rings. It's Madison. "Riley, I'm so sorry. Where are you?" "At Sloan's. Did you see?" "Everyone saw. Brooklyn made sure of it. This is such a mess." "Yeah, it is." Silence stretches between us. "I don't know what to do," Madison whispers. "Neither do I. I should go. Sloan's trying to get the video taken down." Of course she is. Sloan, solving problems. Being there for Madison in ways I apparently can't. "Maddie." "Yeah. Are we done?" The pause is too long. "I don't know." She hangs up. I stand in the middle of campus, watching as everything we built, fake or real or somewhere in between, crumbles around me. Students whisper as they pass. Some stare openly. One girl even takes my picture. I'm no longer invisible. But right now I wish I was. I spent the next 2 days alone in the dorm. Madison doesn't come back. She texts that she's staying with Sloan until things calm down. Things don't calm down. Brooklyn's video goes viral on campus. Everyone has an opinion about Madison and me, about whether we were real, about whether she's going back to Brooklyn, about whether Sloan and Madison are together now. I stopped checking social media after the first 100 comments. On Saturday afternoon, someone knocks on my door. I open it to find Sloan standing there, holding a bag of takeout. I thought you might be hungry. I'm not. Riley, please. Can we talk? Against my better judgment, I let her in. She sets the food on the desk and turns to face me. I'm sorry. For all of this. I never meant for it to blow up like this. But you meant for something to happen. She doesn't deny it. I have feelings for you. I've been honest about that. You're Madison's best friend. How could you do this to her? I didn't do anything to her. I have feelings for you. That's not a crime. It is when you know I'm with her. Are you, though? With her? Sloan steps closer. Because from what I can see, she's been pushing you away since the beginning. Calling things fake, calling intimacy practice, refusing to admit what you mean to her. That's between me and Madison. Is it? Because it affects me too. Sloan takes my hand. Riley, I know this is complicated, but when has anything worth having been simple? Sloan, I like you. More than I've liked anyone in a long time. And I think you feel something for me too, even if you won't admit it. I'm with Madison. You keep saying that, but Madison is staying at my place. She's crying on my shoulder about you. She's more confused than ever about what she wants. Sloan's thumb strokes across my knuckles. At some point, you have to ask yourself, if she wanted you, really wanted you, wouldn't she be here right now instead of with me? The words burrow deep, finding all my fears. I need you to leave. Riley, please, just go. She studies me for a long moment, then nods. Okay, but think about what I said. She leans in, and before I can process what's happening, she kisses me. It's brief, soft, nothing like the kisses I've shared with Madison. But it's intentional. When she pulls back, she's smiling sadly. Just so you know what you'd be choosing. Then she leaves. I stand in the middle of the room, my lips still tingling from a kiss I didn't ask for, feeling more confused than ever. That's when I hear footsteps in the hallway. The door I forgot to close all the way. I look up. Madison is standing in the doorway, her face pale, eyes wide. She saw. Maddie. Don't. Her voice breaks. Just don't. It's not what it looks like. Really? Because it looks like my best friend just kissed my girlfriend. Ex-girlfriend, I guess. I didn't kiss her. She kissed me. I was telling her to leave. After letting her into our room. After spending days meeting her for coffee and accepting her notes and letting her think she had a chance. Madison's eyes are swimming with tears. How could you? How could I? You're the one staying at her place. You're the one who won't admit what we have is real. Because I'm scared. Because every time I let myself feel something real for someone, they destroy me. Madison's voice rises. Brook did it. And now you're doing it too. I'm not doing anything. You're the one who called last night practice. You're the one who keeps running away every time things get real. You're the one who won't fight for us. There is no us. The words echo in the small room. There never was. It was always fake. We were just too stupid to see it. The words hit like a physical blow. You don't mean that. Don't I? Madison wipes at her eyes angrily. We were never real, Riley. We were just playing pretend. And now that pretend is over. She turns to leave. Maddie, wait. We're done. You and Sloan can be happy together. Brook was right about everything. Don't do this. Don't give her what she wants. Madison looks back at me, and the devastation on her face breaks something inside me. What I want doesn't matter. It never did. Then she's gone. I sink to the floor, my back against the bed, trying to process what just happened. My phone buzzes with a text. I grab it desperately, hoping it's Madison. It's not. Brooklyn. Saw Maddie leaving your building. She looked upset. Want to grab coffee and talk about it? I've always said you weren't right for her. No hard feelings, though. Smiling face with smiling eyes. Another text comes through, this time from Sloan. Sloan, I'm sorry you had to deal with that. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. Always. I look between the two messages. Brooklyn, circling like a shark. Sloan, offering comfort. And Madison gone. I'm alone in our room. My room now, I guess. Surrounded by the evidence of what we built together. Her shoes, still lined up against the wall. Her makeup on the desk. Her scent on the sheets. All of it meaningless if she's not here. I curl up on the bed, pulling her pillow close, breathing in vanilla. How did everything go so wrong so fast? A week ago, we were happy. Real or fake or somewhere in between, we were happy. Now I'm alone, and Madison thinks I betrayed her, and Sloan is waiting in the wings, and Brooklyn is winning. My phone buzzes again. This time it's a notification. Someone tagged me in a post. Against my better judgment, I look. It's a photo of Madison and Brooklyn. Together. At a coffee shop. Brooklyn's arm around Madison's shoulders. Madison looking small and sad and broken. The caption from one of Brooklyn's friends. The queens are reunited. True love always finds a way back. Two hearts crown #MadBrook #power couple. I stare at the photo until my vision blurs. She went to Brooklyn. After everything, after all the threats and the manipulation and the toxicity, Madison went back to Brooklyn. I was supposed to be protecting her from this. Instead, I drove her right back into Brooklyn's arms. I turn off my phone and pull the covers over my head, wishing I could disappear. Wishing I'd never agreed to this fake relationship in the first place. Wishing I'd never fallen for Madison Sterling. But it's too late for wishes. The damage is done, and I have no idea how to fix it. End of episode 2. Riley has lost Madison to the very person she was supposed to protect her from. Sloan's confession has torn apart a friendship and a relationship, and Brooklyn is closer than ever to reclaiming what she believes is hers. Can Riley find a way to win Madison back? Or has the fake relationship destroyed any chance they had at something real? And what role will Sloan play in the chaos she helped create? Find out in episode 3, Truth and Consequences. Don't miss what happens next. Subscribe now to see how this epic romance concludes. Will love conquer all, or will the lies finally catch up to everyone? The final episode drops soon. You won't want to miss it. Broken Heart Sparkles.